Hello. I recently had the opportunity to watch Simon Sinek's video, How Great Leaders Inspire Action. And it really resonated with me. Right off the bat, I have to say that I have watched this video probably 8 or 9 times, maybe even more. And sometimes it's been for a course that I'm taking, but often it's been because I just need a little bit of inspiration. And I find the message in this video so simple, but yet so powerful. Um, and I think what really makes perfect sense to me is this idea that we don't buy a product because of what it is. We buy a product because of why it is. It's the why that we focus on. And his whole explanation, where he connects it to the structure of the brain and how we have this prefrontal cortex that is our logical brain and where all of our rational thinking takes place. And then we have the limbic system that is beneath that has no language with it, but is very much concerned with emotion and how things make us feel, and that whole gut reaction that we have to things on the positive side or on the negative side. So I really appreciated that aspect of the golden circle that Simon Sinek talks about. I also really appreciated the examples that he gave in the video regarding Apple, for example, and how their whole philosophy is centered around not talking about the what of the products. Any company will do that. Any other computer company will do that. But they focus on the why. And the why is so powerful that it compels people to want to buy their products. I had the opportunity yesterday to look at the video from Apple from 1984 that is called Here's to the Crazy Ones. And that one is a real powerful example of how companies, and how Apple in particular, focus on the why, and how that why is just so emotionally compelling that we want to be part of what they're doing. We want it. And that's why people stand outside of Apple stores all night long to get the newest iPhone or the newest watch or whatever they have coming out. I also really connected with the example he gave of Martin Luther King Jr. and how in 1963 he was organizing the March on Washington, and in an era where there was no social media, there were no televisions in every single house in the country, and so he found a way, not because of who he was, but because of what he stood for and why he was doing what he was doing. And that's what connected with people. And really, it's not about being the most beautiful or powerful or smart person in the world. It's about the message that you bring. It's how you make people feel. And so he had that really rare gift to focus on the why, the I have a dream, instead of the I have a plan, which Simon Sinek talks about in the video. The last thing that I wanted to focus on was this whole theory of diffusion of innovation that he talks about. And I've actually encountered a similar model in change management, and I think it's probably derived from that. But it basically talks about the people who are the early adopters, the people who are the ones that want to be first. They want to be in line. And I have friends who are like that. And they will, there's a prestige aspect to it, and a something that pumps their egos up and makes them feel really good. So they're the ones that will stand in the lines. And then you have the folks that are going to be the next group, right? The early majority. And those people will come along, but they're going to wait a while till all the little bugs are worked out, and then they will jump on board for sure. And then you have the later majority, and those people are the ones that are kind of the fence sitters, and they could go either way. They could jump on board and adopt this new innovation, or they could keep with the old way of doing things and be perfectly happy. And then you have the laggards, the people who are never going to change. And as he talks about in the video, these are the people that have the flip phone, right? Or don't want to give their phones up because, you know, they don't care about new technology. They're very comfortable with what they have, with the status quo. And so they will never change, more than likely, unless they're forced to, because whatever they have no longer works. So just long story short, this video connected with me and continues to connect with me on a lot of different levels. And you know, I will take another look at it again sometime in the near future, and I'm sure I'll get something else out of it, as I have every time that I have viewed it. And I just appreciate the opportunity to do some reflection and to talk about this video and to talk about what it represents, and the simple message of people don't buy what you sell, they buy the reason behind you sell, the why. And so if we as leaders start with why, it is going to be much easier for us to compel people to adopt change, because the biggest hurdle to get them over this fear of change is to really get them to understand the why. And after they understand the why, then they're much more ready to go on to making the change and going through the stages of adopting that change. So I thank you for the opportunity again, and I appreciate it. Have a good day.